Okay, so this is quick, relatively quick, anyways. Raiz tutorial, so I'll go demonstrate some. Okay, I'm going to break it down into about 4 steps or so. Step 1 is the rise step. So you're going to wind up, you're going to step over with, I'm going to step over with my right foot. It's my swing leg. Okay? So you're going to step over with your swing leg, and I'll just say this is my step foot. My right foot is my swing leg, which is my step foot, and my non-swing leg is my landing foot. We're gonna step over with our step foot, and it's gonna be facing in the direction you're going in, and it's gonna be facing either the left or just a little bit past that. The reason for this will be explained in common problems and like solutions to them. Okay. From here, I'm gonna be spotting the ground already. Something like maybe, a foot or 2 to 3 feet to my left, something like that, or about a little closer to me. But I'm gonna spot something right to the left of me, and I'm gonna keep looking at that for pretty much a majority of the move. Okay, there's no time where I'm trying not to look at it until after I'm done with the trick. So after I step, that's when I spot the area on the ground, like a little circle. The next step of my rise technique is going to be, it's like a 3-sectioned kind of motion. My shoulders are going to go down, they're going to drop down this way. Here, down. The next part is also my chest at the same time is going to bring itself lower. Here. So, bring itself lower. And then with my legs, so my left leg, which is my non-swing leg, is going to be swinging backwards. So all of that together is step 2. So, review. I'm going to step over, step so it's facing towards the left or a little bit past it, and spot the ground. From here, my shoulders and chest are going to go down, and at the same time, my left leg is going to swing back. Step 3 is a 180 torque, or 90, give or take your flexibility, and at the same time, that's when the jump occurs. So it's torque and then jump, like in that kind of succession. You could practically just jump and torque at the same time, but it's easier if you start turning your chest. This is where it's very important to open up your chest. Like, you don't want to hunch over like this during a rise. You want to open up with your back like this. It's hard to see, but it gives it that your arch. That's where it lets you arch in your upper back. You don't want to do it too much from the lower back, because then it'll hurt you. That'll strain your back a lot. But wherever your back flexibility is best, that's where you should let it do its job. It should feel natural. But anyways, let your chest open up during the torque and jump. So that's step 3, and at the same time, step 4 is more or less the ending, and that's where you just continue pulling your left leg towards the ground. And it's kind of weird as we start swinging back, and how do you pull something going backwards down? It's kind of weird, right? So that's where the torque it comes into play. So after you do your torque and jump, your backwards swinging leg will become a forward swinging leg. So I'll slow down my rise, but you can see here on my rise, it's coming back just a little, and then I torque, and it's going downwards towards the ground. Because I think of rise as almost the rise step into like a flash kick kind of thing. I try to pull it like a flash kick. And that's more or less the ending of the rise technique, depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to just do a rise, that's it. If you're trying to swing it, there's only one thing I need to say, and that's stand up out of your move. Bring your chest up a little higher after you feel like you're done with the move. Bring your chest a little higher. Actively reach for the ground with your non-swing leg, and bring your swing leg back a little into eagle position or swing position, whatever you call it. That you need to actively do that. If you shouldn't want to wait fall. I'm like, am I there yet? You know, am I in the position yet? No, you should. It helps you get air awareness and and more awareness of your body and where its positioning is. But you need to stand up out of your move. That's not gonna just waiting and just expecting yourself to land isn't gonna help you. Okay, so stand up out of your move. This is not a tip that's just for Rise. You need to do this for every single move, unless your intention is to stay low to the ground. But stand up out of your tricks. It'll be easier on your joints, and you'll be able to combo them much easier. So that's the Rise technique. So we're moving on to common problems. If you feel like you're not getting any inversion, then you're probably stepping when you do your first step. It's probably facing the back, or a little bit past it. Because what happens is, if you step towards the back, think about it where your back leg is going to swing. If you're facing the backwards, your left leg will be swinging backwards, and then suddenly you're flat. There's no way you can look back at, traveling towards the left. There's no way you're going to be able to look back at your spot that's at your left without looking over your shoulder. And that just makes you look like a lean back tornado. If that's what kind of Rise you need at the moment to learn something else, whatever, but if you're trying to get inversion in your Rise, that's probably the key. That's one of the important things that you're doing wrong. And also, maybe you're not bringing your chest low enough. Maybe you're just not. If you don't bring it low enough, your leg swing you'll have trouble compensating for that with your leg swing. So you need to either bring your leg or your step, less towards the back and more in the direction of the direction you're going in. So for me, I'm gonna step over, in that direction. Make sure my foot is facing in that direction, or just a little bit past that, but no more to where it's facing directly back. And then also, chest a little bit lower. So that's a common problem. Another thing is, you might be just not getting all the way over. That is probably either just you're still not used to the Rise technique, so you need to drill everything. And also, you could be piking, hunched over. I spent a section just saying, make sure you open up your back, open up your chest, so you arch and your body comes over. If you don't arch, suddenly it turns into like a backflip. So you need to tuck real fast. That's not the Rise. See? So you need to open up your chest, open it your pull up upper back a lot. So this is where it's like that weird it's like a slingshotty kind of motion where it's like here, whoosh, and then your legs kind of come around and over. So that's why you need to open up your chest. So if you feel like you're not getting all the way around, then that's probably the reason why it's happening. If you feel like this is another one, next one. If you feel like you can't, swing your Rise, you're probably either not standing up out of it, or you're just either too scared to swing, you're not comfortable. That's fine. You just take it easy, and you need to stand up out of your move. You have to feel like, okay, this is the right position. It should feel like maybe if you're doing a J step or a pivot step, the landing anyways. So that's where you should be. Other than that, I can't think of any other problems. If you do have problems, feel free to contact me. But then that's about it. I'm gonna do some combos with Rise, or just a little variation here and there, and that's about it. So that's Rise. So hope you enjoyed my Rise technique. Hope it helps. Please feel free to message me if you can't understand anything, and good luck.